Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Kate's Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs, and today I thought I might take you along on this wee journey. This is a book cover that was sent to me by my friend Shannon. Now, we went to school together, so we've known each other for a long time, and she's bought a couple of my journals. She asked me if I thought I could make a art writing journal out of this book. Now, it's pretty big, as you can see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 13 tall and about nearly 10 wide, 9 wide. So yeah, it's pretty big. So yeah, and it's a little bit damaged. I'm not really sure how much she wants me to do with this cover. I'm going to cover this spine. I'm not going to make the spine bigger. Shannon did say something about one signature, but I reckon I can get 2 signatures in here because it's not going to get any bigger with bulk. She was keen to keep these fly sheets here, but obviously we can't put anything in if we keep them. So I'm going to keep this as it is because she said she wanted to keep that. And then I'll incorporate this and this one into the journal. So I am going to tear these off. There. How is everybody? I hope you're all well. I'm well when I'm making this video. I don't know how I'm going to feel when this video goes up, which is probably, oh no, I'll probably put this video up before I go into surgery. I'm going into surgery in a couple of days. I don't know how long this is going to take me or how many videos it will use. So we've got a spine which measures, I'm just trying to remember where everything is since I tidied up. It's doing it. It's not even an inch, it's just under an inch, so it's about 23 mils. But I reckon, yeah, we can get 2 signatures in here. I'm going to keep this and this as it is. That's what she wants. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get a wet wipe. I'm going to give the cover just a real gentle wipe. As you can see, it's damaged at the top there. And I think I may give it a bit of, once this is dried, give it a bit of a spray with some acrylic spray. I'm not going to Mod Podge it because I've done, see how the dye comes off. You have to be just a bit. Okay, so it's not that dirty, so that's good. So I'm going to set that aside and let it, well, I'm not going to set it aside. What am I going to do? I think we'll grab our pages first, all right? So I have collected a few. Now this is one of those things where you can use some of your really big papers if you've got them. So like this is out of a scrapbook, and look at that, that's going to be almost exactly right. I'm not going to have to do much with that except cut it down. So that's like scrapbook paper. You could do art or write on that one. Not scrapbook, but you know, like out of a scrapbook. This is also out of one of those old kiddies scrapbooks, and I think I'll use a piece of this. It's quite thin, and again, it's actually a bit big. I then have some tea-dyed paper, which I think I will put in, and I'm just wondering, will I just fold it like this? Like, not all the pages are going to be the same size. So this one, yes, I'm just going to fold like that. And it's going to be a smaller page, obviously. And then I've got another one here, which is quite a more grungy one. Because the other thing that we could do is join the pages. So fold it like this and then do a bit of a Franken page, or have a short page and a long page. So let's just do that. I've got some avocado dyed paper, which I'm also going to use. I have some of this, which is like a really big, I guess it's kind of like an accounting paper. Now I know I've got my camera up as high as I can have it, so that it's going to be difficult to see, but this would make a good page for writing on. So I'm going to, I've already folded it there, but oh well, it's already folded there, so I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'll just trim it, I think. Trim it down to the right size. So we've got that. I've got 2 of those, and then 1 minute, these here are all my big papers that I've bought at sort of second-hand shops. So this is a visual diary, and this is designed for drawing on, obviously, so I'm going to put a piece of that in. I'm not going to worry that some of the paper's white and some of it's not white. So this is a sketchbook, genuine drawing cartridge. So again, I'm going to use some of that for her to draw on. This is another sort of sketchbook. This is a project book. Another visual art diary. I think that's pretty much the same as that one, so I don't think we need to take any more out of that. Here's a sketch pad. And this is slightly yellowy paper, so I'm going to grab maybe a couple of those. Okay, so that's lots of sort of art-ish paper. Got 2 pieces of braille paper which I could use, and I think we're coming almost to the end. I have this page, which I thought I might just put a couple of decorative pages in. There's still quite a lot of blank space here. And you know, something can be glued onto that. So there's that, and then of course we've got the pages that Shannon wanted to use. And so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to join them to something. So I'm just going to go like that. So I'm going to extend them, and they're going to be added to something like this and glued down. Let's see what way out that is. Yep. So I'm going to use the art glitter glue to join these pages together. Yeah, so if you've got an old book cover that you really love and you want to just turn it into a junky art journal, then this is basically how I'm going to go about it. I'm going to keep it super simple because this is something that is going to be created in, and Shannon will be making it into something that's very much her own. So that is probably going to be the first page, so it kind of matches that, because I think that's kind of the look that she wanted. So anyway, okay, I'm going to put some tape down there. That's not quite working. And then we've got this one. Which I will join on to something as well, and that will be the back of the last signature. Okay. And I think some ledger And then I just thought about this envelope. Maybe Shannon would want to put something in it. That could be a page. So I think I'm going to make this the last page. So we need something. Oh, I still haven't got something to join onto that. So these are going to be too big, and I'm going to end up cutting that off, but that's okay. All right, let's do the old folding in sort of thing. Whoa, that is not, it's not very straight. And that's going to work. And then I'm going to cut that off there. So that's going to be the first page. I am going to have to tape that. I think I might put some lined paper in next. And I'm going to mark it with a pencil here and here. So, okay. And then I think I'm going to put this in. So again, I'm going to tuck it in there and mark it how I want, where I want it. Okay, so let's put some drawing paper in. And some of this. So yes, I'm not going to try and work out how I can have this so you have the numbers. This is nice heavy ledger paper, and it will take quite a lot of art mediums. Okay, so we have a nice variety of papers in here. I'm going to grab another one that I'd pre-folded, so maybe this pink one. Again, this is a sketch paper. And maybe one of these white ones. And I'm thinking that maybe we put this in the center. Why not? Hopefully Shannon will approve. So we need to take a little bit off the top here. And a little bit off the bottom. stick it in there where it's kind of going to sit, and take this edge off here. Okay. The only thing I don't love is those two pages next to each other, so I'm going to separate them out. There. Put it there, I think. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's going to be enough. I will fix this, obviously. So that's that one. Then this is going to be the back of this one. So I'm going to fold this over. Hopefully that's straightish. So that's going to be the back of that signature. Now, what do I want to attach that to? Maybe just some nice drawing sketch paper. Or actually, maybe I'll go with this one. So again, I'll use this glue and then I will either sew it or, well, actually I probably won't sew it, I'll tape it. God, I want to get rid of that crunchy bit. Let's just butt that up into there. Oh, that is obviously not straight, so I think I'd rather the straight bottom was, I'll fold that further over. Okay, that's not working. Okay, there we go. We can sort out that ugly part there. Okay, and then I'm going to, trim this down. And actually I've decided I'm going to fold this one. And Shannon can cut it off if she doesn't like it. So that's actually now our first page, which is a little, oh, that's okay. But I thought this would be cool to incorporate somehow, this envelope. She could put things in it maybe. But again, I'll have to do an old I wonder if she wants this page in it. Might as well. So this is out of the book, so we might as well use it. That is fold the other way, I think. Like that. So this is going to be way too tall. So I wonder what the best way, whether I just make that into a bigger flap at the top. I think I can do that. Okay, so this is another extended type page. I'm hoping it's not going to be too wide either and stick out. Well, let's see. If you don't try it, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. You can fix it up. Okay, what else have we got? I've got this piece of, like, scrapbooking, well, not scrapbooking, but you know, out of an old kid's scrapbook. So I'm going to cut that down. Put a pencil line there, and that should be that. And then some more of the ledger paper. And again, cutting that to the size we want. Got a piece of just plain white, which I think will fit in here nicely. Just needs to be made a bit shorter that way. There's that. I will probably be reinforcing a lot of these pages down the center as well. Really hoping they're not going to poke out too far past the, I think they're going to be fine. I've got a piece of tea dyed paper that's got some sort of stencil marks on it. So I'm going to put that in the middle there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We can do some more braille. I did want that envelope near the back, so I'm going to leave that there. So maybe the braille could go here. Mark that. I think I'll put some plain white sketch paper in here somewhere too. Here, I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's have a look what happens when we close this. I do need to do something about that envelope, but I reckon we can get some more in there. This, so we could put maybe 9 in here. And maybe we'll put another flower picture in the center of this. I'll put this beautiful yellow rose in there. Now I'm going to really flatten these pages. They won't fit in my page press, but what do you reckon? Do you reckon we can squeeze another one in? We'll squeeze another one in. You can always take it out if when we're sewing them in, or when we've finished doing the spine and everything, we decide that it needs less. Let's put in some of this lovely French ledger. It's very beautiful, and we can actually make a page this way with it, which I think will be almost exactly the right size. So I'm going to do that. Let's think about where we want it. I think I want it here. And I'm hoping I'm not going to have to trim it, but I might. Oh my gosh, it's just almost perfect. I probably have to take off the tiniest bit there. That's so good. Right, these pages are actually a little bit tall to even go into my cutter, my paper trimmer. Right, that's it. And I'm going to fold this one this way. And pop that in here somewhere. Maybe here. Yeah, I love that. And again, yeah, just take that little smudgy off there. Perfect. All right. So now these probably need taping, and then they need squishing, and then we can do something with our cover. So I'm going to use masking tape. I've got two widths and sort of shades of masking tape, and I've got my brown tape, which I actually really like. So I'm just going to start with this tape. I would like to just maybe straighten that up. I can get rid of the cover. I'll get that out of my way because I don't want to get masking tape on that. And I'm just going to try and stick these pages as best I can. Ooh, what's happened there? I have glue on my bracelet. I have no idea where that came from. That's weird. So we are just back from a weekend in Auckland. We went to see a DJ called Purple Disco Machine. I think he's a German dude. Really cool house disco music. We loved it. Great crowd. Really good vibe, and a lot of the people were our age. Lots of young people too, but it's so cool to go to something where there's such a mix of ages and stages. You know, there were older people than us there too. It was really good. Loved it. So just recovering from that late night and the dancing, which, you know, when you've got a bit of a dicky knee, some people might say not the best idea, but one last hurrah before I won't be going to any music-y gigs for a while. So right, so I'm just going to put that tape on here. I like this brown tape. You just wet it. I'm just going to use this wet wipe. That should be enough to get it sticky. And stick it on. I hope it is. And yeah, my daughter Briley, while we stayed with her, and she brought out this really big bag full of gifts, and I was very confused. I was like, it's not my birthday. Is it a late Christmas present? She goes, no, this is for your upcoming surgery from us girls. And I was like, oh, so unexpected. And it was full of just really cool sort of little things that they thought I might like while I'm feeling sorry for myself and recovering. So that was so lovely. So I unwrapped all of those, and like some lavender sleep sort of things. And some body wash, a crossword puzzle book with some pens, a really nice soft pair of sort of, I guess you'd call it loungewear slash pajamas, which will be amazing. Just beautiful lightweight cotton and, you know, stretchy. So they'll be much appreciated. Okay, so that's that. And we've got one sort of foldy outy piece there, so that is quite tall, that green piece, but I think it's actually okay. So they're ready to be flattened. This one. Yeah, so that was lovely. The weather was quite dodgy while we were up there, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to get wet at the concert. And anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I might put some decorative tape there, but I might do it after it's been squashed. It's got glue on it. I might just cover that with tape. So yeah, it did rain. But the sad thing about the weather was they cancelled the Sunday morning central flea market that I like to go to. And last time we were in Auckland, for the wedding, I completely forgot. And this time it was cancelled, so I've missed out. I think David was relieved though, because then he was like, oh well, you don't exactly need any more things. I just love going for a little mooch around though, and seeing what's there. Sometimes I don't buy much at all. But that was not to be. So no shopping. I've bought myself some noise cancelling headphones. I've gone with some Bose. I've gone with Bose instead of the Sony. The Sony is supposed to be really good, but I went with the Bose. They have this 90-day back return guarantee. So if for any reason you don't like them, my main concern is the fit. I have a pretty small head, so I don't want them pressing on my ear cartilage, because that's what gets sore. I've got some over-ear ones, and I can only really wear them for 15 minutes and they start hurting. I mean, they're not flash at all. I think I'll go with the brown tape again for this. So I'm hoping they will arrive before I go in, or at least sometime after it. I think I'm going to spray this and get it a bit wetter. Wet now, probably too wet, but never mind. It will dry. Yes, and I also ordered some pot lid racks. One for the kitchen to put my chopping boards on, because I'm sick of them sliding around in my cupboard. And then one for down here to put my tools in. So I'll show that when I do the tour of my finished sort of tidied up room. So that was one storage thing that I sorted. And yeah, that works really well. So I've got my big scoring board in there, the envelope punch board, my little mat that I do my cutting on, so which probably could do with being replaced. And my brand new Tim Holtz stamp platform. And actually some stamping in here would be good, though I don't want to over decorate it because, yeah, I'm not really sure. I always get a bit nervous doing journals this way because I get worried that the person might not have got it right. Okay, so I'm just going to throw some glue behind here. But I'll do my best to get it right. Right. So there's our signatures, 2 signatures to go into that spine. And so when she opens it up, that will kind of, I mean, there's going to be fabric here, so there'll be a break in it, but you know, she's still got this piece of paper like she wanted, and the same at the back. So hopefully that will be good. So now we need to put these under something heavy. Let me just add glue here. See if we can get this to stick down. Yeah, put these under something heavy and leave them overnight. And choose some fabric and just make a few decisions around what this cover is going to look like. I want to cover this spine. So I'm going to go and grab some fabric and have a little bit of an audition. So I've grabbed some of my heavier sort of upholstery fabrics. To see if any of these will work. That will work. I don't think that will work. Maybe not. This has got the nice green in it. I've used this before on a spine and I do like it. It's quite heavy. It would work. This was given to me. But that would work. And I just don't know what I would do with this edge here. Whether we do some linen, a linen or something, an embroidered linen instead. And then I have this sort of bark cloth, which would also sort of work. I think it needs to go that way. So yeah, there's a few choices. And then if we wanted to do a linen, as in more of an embroidery type situation, I don't really know how I would make that work. I'm not sure if she wants this covered. I don't think that would work. That's super pretty though. Then we have something like that. But again, that's going to cover up the title and that might look a bit odd. So the only way that would work is if we pull it back this way. I have a feeling, because this is kind of fabric, if I glue this, the colour is gonna seep through. I know that has happened. It happens often with red. So that would be one of my concerns. So I'm wondering whether I'm just gonna go with this dark red. I'm going to have to try and straighten this up. I love this myself, and if I just use a little bit, I'll still have enough here to make something with this beautiful motif here. So yeah, it's a matter of getting it straight, and I can't see a straight edge at all on here. So I really don't know how to get it straight. I mean, I could try that and see if that's going to look any better. I guess this is where a quilting ruler would come in handy, but I don't have one. But certainly needs to be better than that. A little bit better. Sorry, I think I banged the camera there. Yep, so that's a little bit better. I might just trim that bit there. You can see some pencil marks, so I'm just going to take that off. I'm just going to make it about that wide, I think. Yep. So I'm going to cut down there and hope that that is relatively straight. So that's going to be the bit that covers my spine. Right, so that's the outside of the spine. Oh wow, I'm really struggling with it's because this book is so massive. Okay, so let's just tear this down, because you're not going to see this. This is going to be covered by fabric. So that's the other thing I need to decide on, a fabric that's going to sit inside here and be glued in. I'm going to leave that all like that. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time pulling this right back, because I don't want anything to show. So I need a piece of fabric that's going to go in here, that my signatures, the two signatures, are going to be stitched to, and that's going to get glued in. I don't think I need to reinforce this at all. The only thing I'm going to do is put some mull cloth in here. That's just going to go over these gaps here to strengthen that, so that it'll be glued, and that's going to be super strong. So I have a piece here. And I don't want it to go too far. It doesn't need to go too far. So I'm going to try and cut this straight if I can. Pencil. So maybe there to there. I do want it to go down into the corners. Yep, so that should work. And I don't really want to see this poking out at all. So just to there. This mull cloth's really great. It is vintage, or I don't know. It used to belong to a bookbinder, an old dude, who he gave me this huge roll of it. So it's been in his garage, in his shed. So it does have some marks on it. It's not perfect, but it is really strong, and obviously it's designed for bookbinding or bookmaking. So yeah, but I sell it in my shop if anyone is interested, and I just send it letter rate because that makes it cheap. It's real light, just post and flat, and a little bit goes a long way. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to glue this into here, and then I'm going to get my spray and spray the cover. I need to decide whether I want to go to the trouble of lifting this up and putting the mull cloth underneath, which would make it a neater job, but it also means I need to try and lift these up without damaging them, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, no, I'm not. So it's going to go over the top. So that makes that decision. I'm going to be generous with my glue on this because it's going to seep through anyway, because obviously we've got this holey fabric. And also I want it to be super strong. Spreader thing. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down sort of in the middle here, and that's going to just reinforce those shoulders of that spine. It's right in there. So I'm going to leave this to dry, this mull cloth and the glue. I'm going to press these pages under something so they're as flat as I can get them. And I'm going to give this cover a spray with this matte clear acrylic spray that will just give this cover a bit more longevity. And I think I may actually put some corners on here as well. So that'll be in the next video, hopefully. When this is dry, I'll be able to do another video just finishing it off. I just wanted it to be real quick. I didn't want to make a whole lot of a big long series. So yeah, hopefully if you're watching and you haven't made a journal before, this is helpful. Get your cover, reinforce your spine. You don't need this fabric. You could just use some lightweight cotton to go into here. And you can sew straight into here. I'm not going to. Oh gosh, sorry. But you could. But I'm going to do a hidden spine, and I'll show you how I do that. Choose your pages, cut them to size. And if you're making something that's just for drawing or writing in, you can probably have a few more pages because it's not going to get too fat. And yeah, squish them if you want to. Choose some fabric for your spine, and then come join me next time to finish this journal off, and then we can get it posted off to Shannon. I hope, well, if she likes it, I'll get it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope that I'll see you again soon next time. Okay, bye.